If we are going to use the change duct to transition option, we must be able to make sure that PractiCAD selects the transition that we want to use to fill in that gap automatically. For example, if we currently have our setting checked back to change duct to transition, we click on this fitting and change the width back to 30. You can see here that it's editing the duct line, and PractiCAD, by clicking on the transition that it's been added, you can see that it's using the name transition. That is the specific transition it's using. However, let's Control Z to undo what we've done, and let's change our settings so that it uses the finish length transition or maybe a custom transition instead. In order to select the transition you want PractiCAD to use during the edit, we must go into our Auto Duct button on the PractiCAD ribbon. On the left-hand side, notice that we have the routing button checked. Here we have it under single wall, and we've then got rectangular, round, and oval choices. This happens to be a single rectangular transition change, so we're going to check single wall and rectangular, but obviously we can choose between the three. Whenever we go to make an edit to the software, PractiCAD's options or the fittings it selects are coming from this Auto Duct section. Currently, notice that we have a place called sizing, and you can see that the fitting that is currently selected is the transition. This is the fitting that's currently selected when a size change needs to be made. Therefore, PractiCAD went back into this section and chose this fitting. If we wanted our change duct to transition option to use a finished length transition, we can switch it right here. If we switch it in Auto Duct once and then press OK, now we can have the settings set that when we go to adjust this fitting again, it will use the finish length transition. So we're going to double click on this fitting. We're going to move that width in back to 30 and hit enter. Notice when we do that, we're going to now double click on the fitting PractiCAD has selected. We go down to the name, and you can see that it has chosen the finished length transition. So we can adjust the specific fitting that PractiCAD will use during this option. That'll conclude the tutorials on change duct to transition.